SoftBank reported earnings, guys.
Well, what was the segue there?
None. There is none, except it's a Faber report. We're going to talk about it because there's a lot to get to here. Of course, yesterday we spent a lot of time talking about SoftBank, in part because it was a holiday in Japan. The stock hadn't opened. The ADRs were trading here. You can see that's the reaction in Japan from Judge Morera's decision to allow Sprint and T-Mobile to get together. Remember, if it had gone the other way, that stock would be down sharply, would have been down sharply on that, one would imagine. Now they're very happy, as you might imagine. Masa giving his presentation today in Japan after the earnings from SoftBank and going through a lot of detail. There's been so much there. Remember, Elliott, of course, taking that position that we learned about last week, wanting some potential changes in governance, perhaps wanting a buyback. Not quite sure where we start, but you know what? Let's actually start with the Vision Fund. Let's start there. You heard from Marcelo Claret earlier this week when he joined Andrew Sorkin talking about the WeWork turnaround. But how about the Vision Fund itself? Well, Masa's here to tell you it's not as bad as you might think. They went through a lot of the different numbers as of the end of the year, but then they came back and said, hey, have you taken a look at our portfolio since the beginning of the year? Yeah, those numbers are true and real. 1.3 billion was the gain. Now it's 4.3 billion. Why? Well, a lot of it's Uber. They've invested $7.66 billion in Uber. They were down $1 billion as of the end of the year. Now they're up $1.5 billion because Uber has been a rocket ship for the last 3 months, up 54% over that time. They're up on Slack significantly, and they've pared losses in a number of other areas. Guardant Health, by the way, a big winner for the Vision Fund as well. Of course, the big loser is WeWork, which they now control. You saw the Marcelo Claret talk about getting to free cash flow positive by 22 and generating as much as $1 billion by 24. We'll see if they really can hit those numbers. But Masa's certainly trying to focus people on the gains that the Vision Fund has had. Yeah, saying basically the rumors of our demise are perhaps overblown at this point. And there's a look at the 5-year financial plan for WeWork that they also are talking about. And it's essentially echoing what we heard from Mr. Claret earlier this week. Of course, they do have a new CEO in place there. He also talked about Vision Fund 2 on the conference call. Let me share that with you because he did basically talk a bit about lessons learned there. We're about to start Vision Fund 2. Another 10 companies, Masa said, is what they're going to be looking at for new investment opportunities. We are preparing a pipeline, if you will. People often say Vision Fund's failing, but as a matter of fact, and again, this goes to the trillion of gains, that's yen. I think the next fund should be a bit smaller, he said, because again, we have caused concerns and anxiety to a lot of people. So maybe we should make size smaller, and we collect fund as a bridge for the next 1 to 2 years, and then we are going to achieve some results. That's kind of where they seem to be going with Vision Fund 2. How much of that, of course, is also because nobody's showing up to give them the money.
No.
A lot of it may just be SoftBank money.
Are they going to keep all the prices of deals really high again?
Yes.
Create more unicorns?
They may well do that. They may do that. They may continue to pump money in. He is more focused on governance overall, it would seem, both at the companies that they're investing in and at their own company. This goes to Elliott again, which, by the way, well-timed on Elliott's part, given they got in front of an unexpected decision from Judge Morera. But Masa on the earnings call said buybacks continue to be a consideration. Remember, a year ago, they did put in a $5 billion buyback. Nothing specific there. He also said we'd like to add more independent directors by our June meeting, and we are adopting enhanced governance standards for our investments.
They're doing what?
So that's where things stand with SoftBank at this point. Again, that big reaction is in response to the Sprint deal. If it was just taken in isolation, these numbers don't look that good. But he comes back and says, also, you measure us on EBIT, not on asset value. And so because of accounting, we don't get credit for Alibaba on our EBIT. But when Uber loses money, it hurts us. It is an accounting thing that he goes into some detail on the call as well and says, come on. Just look at our asset value. We are doing much better than you would believe based on media reports.
I do just want to just say, a lot of people are mad at me. The Westerdam is not the USS Westerdam Carnival. I'm just making the point that this is an American Carnival, and the stock is up. And anyway, just want to do that before we get the bond pit.
No, it's a good point.
Carnival's up $1, and that's because people think everything's good.